Here's the thing. I love Diablo 1 and 2. These are games that I played in the 90s. I got addicted to play. Diablo 2 was such a... I played it for like a year straight. I loved Diablo 2. I loved it. Diablo 2, StarCraft.
A year straight? You played Diablo 2 for a year straight. Bro, if you only played Diablo 2 for a year, you're an amateur, bro. Bro, I played that game for like over 10 years, dog. Come on.
Age of Empires, Unreal, and Unreal Tournament series, stuff like that.
Fucking Diablo poser,
dude. I played the shit out of them back.
I played Diablo 2 for a year.
I was gung-ho for playing Diablo 3 when I was a content creator on YouTube. And I did. And people fucking hated it, man. I thought that it was inferior to Diablo 2. I didn't think Diablo 3 was nearly as good as Diablo 2. All right? I really didn't feel that.
A year is like nothing in Diablo time, dude.
Game. I didn't feel like it caught on. And that people really were getting into it as much. Like Diablo 2, you get hooked right away. It's this gameplay loop, right? I didn't get that with Diablo 3 at all. And my
he literally just he just regurgitates what he thinks the most popular opinion is. Honestly, that's what he does.
Audience didn't enjoy it either. They were bored with it, and I actually forced my way through playing it, despite the fact that my audience was telling me it's boring, don't play it. I still kept going. So here we are, over a decade later, and I'm like, now Diablo 4 is coming out. Do I play it? Do I not? I'm okay with playing it.
The reason that Phil is a variety streamer is because he's scared that if he plays one game, he'll get pigeonholed, and then if the game dies, his audience will die. Which, I mean, it's a valid concern, but he's just scared that of losing money. Basically, he doesn't want to risk But I think he does it to like a detriment to himself, to like where he's jumping too much. He's this game, that game, this game, that game, this game, new game every fucking week. Like, well, then he'll get stuck on a game for like 6 months. I don't know.
Fighter 4 was kind of the go-to that I would go back to get views. I would still want to do the variety stuff. That's how I've become, is a guy who plays a lot, and because of that, that's why I don't get burnt out, and that's why I think like my content can always be considered as kind of fresh, because you never know what I'm going to be playing. One day I'm playing an old school RPG, the next day I'm playing a fighting game, the next day I'm playing a competitive first-person shooter, and then I'm playing Final Fantasy.
Like, he can't make everyone happy, Jax Raxor left after Street Fighter, that's all he wants to watch is fighting games, and that's... Look at that free... Wait, hold up. Look at this freeze frame. I need to copy this. Hold on. Oh my god.
Fantasy 16. Right? Holy shit. Right? And that's the cool thing about being a content creator. I never really would have wanted to settle down and only make that one style. There were a ton of content creators who just made Minecraft content. Tons of them. They capitalized, they banked on it, they went whole headfirst into it, and they got viral YouTube channels because of it.
And what happened?
Good on them. And some of them, now they run successful businesses that don't even have anything to do with Minecraft anymore because of the money they made on Minecraft. Good on them. But that's just never been me. I would have gotten incredibly bored if I just focused on the one thing, I feel. So. Jade, what's going on? Good to see you. Charles says, what character did you like in Diablo 2? I recall playing multiple characters, but it's been so long I can't remember. I know, I swear there was a class with dark magic. Was it a necromancer class? Something like that, but I remember also being a melee build at one point.
Dark magic?
But I can't remember. It's been so long ago, I really don't recall.
You're full of shit! You don't remember your class in Diablo 2? Dude. You're a fucking liar.
King Gabriel says, you played Callisto Protocol launch despite a huge number of negative reviews. Why didn't Dead Island get the same treatment? Number one,
he never played the game, dude. He never fucking played it.
It was the newest survival horror game.
Well, I played Diablo 2 for a whole year.
Number 2, it fit perfectly into my schedule, and there was nothing else going on.
Liar. Melee build. Yeah, melee. Yeah. So safe choice. Safe guess.
Island, well,
safe guess.
I've already been there, done that. Didn't even really like the game. The only reason I liked the original playthrough was because of co-op. I played the pseudo-sequel Riptide and didn't like it. So I'm not really that excited for Dead Island.
He said, wasn't there a necromancer? Oh my god, dude.
Island 2. In addition, it doesn't fit into my schedule right now for the kind of game it is. There's your answer. Completely night and day situations.
I fuck with the rogue, personally. Put a wind force on me and I'm Gucci.
So, it's funny because they still act like things that have happened in the past. Admittedly, in the past, things have been bad financially for me. Things have been incredibly tight to the point where I've had, weeks and months where I'm like, guys, I really need help. If you can help me, please do. If you haven't noticed, that hasn't happened recently, right? In a couple months, if not more. And they act like that's not the case. Like, oh, Phil's still there doing the same thing every day. No, actually. It's not the case, but they will pretend like everything is black and white and absolute, and things never change and things never improve, right? So all I would say is ignore the nonsense. Don't listen to the bullshit. If you can support the stream today, thank you. Any way is appreciated, all right? Because what's the preferred way? Well, yeah, obviously tips would be great because tips have been to have a slower week this week. But any way you want to support, I don't look a gift horse in the mouth, man. This is my life, my livelihood. This is how I make my living. It's not, this is some side thing or I have a bunch of sponsorship deals and it doesn't matter how I do on a stream. It very much does matter how I do on my streams. And you guys have been making my streams amazingly supportive in the last few weeks. So why on earth would I be complaining about anything or asking for anything? I'm not. Just whatever, man. It's all good.
Well, it doesn't sound all good. It sounds like you're worried because you don't have enough money for Hogan polls right now. Why is this? Is this what it sounds like to beg without trying to sound like you're not begging? Like, it's good, but wink, wink, it's not good.
All right, so if you can support, please do. Thank you. Really appreciate that.
There you go.
Remember, as simple as liking the stream, which is free, helps a lot and adds engagement. Getting those 100 likes is a key component. Adding engagement to my content and sending more people over to this channel to check it out, right? But then everything else is also appreciated, whether it's super chats, memberships, tips, all great. Today, if you're thinking of tipping, remember we have these tips goals in effect, and the sooner we hit them, the better, because you get a longer reward. If you want to see a hat, well, then tip earlier, so that way people can vote, and we can have a hat for a lengthier portion of the stream, as opposed to the other day when we hit the hat goal.
And he's back to his ways because he's heartless. He's Phil Burnell and he's begging.
Of me wearing the Dumas helmet, and we didn't have a chance to even run the poll because the stream was over. You see? Okay. Let's move on from that stuff and get into some nice positive things with scheduling. All right. My wife has wanted to make stuff out of that cookbook, but we didn't really have a reason to or an opportunity. Well, what if she makes a bunch of things out of that cookbook, and over the course of the day, I eat them live and taste test them on stream for you guys? How cool is that? I can read the recipes and the stories of the items right out of the...
This is the next level. This is Phil's next level shill idea, dude. I won't just eat a meal on camera. I'll make a meal out of a Street Fighter cookbook and eat it on camera. Genius, brother.
Cookbook, and then we can test it live. She's already looked last night, and she looked through the cookbook, and she found at least 8 recipes she's interested in doing. Now,
not only that, but now, with this, Khet is now a kind of being directly involved in his content, And I'd wager a guess that people are going to have something to say about how these meals turn out.
Obviously, she's not going to do 8 recipes for that day. We're going to probably narrow it down to like 3, okay? But still, how cool would that be that every once in a while, I go get a snack or a drink or something she made out of the cookbook, and we try it live, and I read you the story, and
then we make fun of how terrible it is. Some of them might be
great, and some of them might be
how about that?
Terrible. What it is the cookbook takes the culture and or nationality of the fighter and makes food from that region. So, for example, Juri has Korean food. Ryu has Japanese food. Guile has American style food. You see, so that's the cool thing about it. Maybe do some regional cuisines and try them live and see if they're any good. So
You sit on a throne
that's
of
a pretty
lies.
cool event. No? But if they were a prominent player who was known to be a top tournament placer, a lot of tournaments would just treat them
I don't know if they're really podcasts, but yes, he does this 6 times a week.
differently and give them an unfair advantage. That very much was true. I still remember when I ran tournaments, I would give no one an unfair advantage. Literally no one. Even if you were my friend and you showed up late, you're disqualified. You have to be at the tournament on time. And you had top players showing up late.
It sounds good to be DSP's. Maybe that's why he doesn't have friends, because he treats them like shit. I don't care if you're my friend. You're disqualified. Fuck you, you piece of shit. You piece of you piece of human fecal matter.
Sorry, you're disqualified. Or I'll start you in the
Sorry,
losers bracket.
you suck.
Because you showed up late. Everyone else
Loser.
already played their first round match. It's your fault. And people didn't like that. Oh my God, Phil's not doing what everyone else does. Yeah, because I'm fair. I'm not going to give everyone an unfair advantage just because
He's
you're
the
a
only
player.
fair
That's
one,
fucked up.
dude.
And everyone did it. Literally, everyone did it back in the day. No one was immune to this. No one. Every tournament organizer was doing it. Because in their mindset, if we don't do that, then the top players won't come to our tournaments, and therefore our tournaments won't get the notoriety because people won't want to go to a tournament where all the top players are boycotting it. So it was kind of like this, almost like a weird blackmail circle. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. If I don't scratch your back, then you won't come, and therefore people will say my tournament sucks.
Blackmail circle.
It's pretty messed up. That's how it was back then.
Well, sounds like you were knee deep in that shit.
How you feel? Funny to mess around with Phil Burnell, right? Oh, it's real funny to do these horrible things to him because it's just a joke. No, it's not a joke. It's my life.
Not Phil Burnell, Shill Burnell.
Shill Burnell.
The reason we do it is because Phil begs. Wrong. The reason they do it is because they want to see me suffer.
That's right.
Why does Tractor say you're a pig roach? You don't look like a pig or a roach. I don't know. I don't know what that means. That's one of their memes. I don't actually know what it means at all. Piggy Smalls took me $1. Says, own the premium like others. Pigs rise up. Oh my God. Here we go again. Another stupid meme. Another stupid meme that means nothing.